After going through both speeches, the introduction and the one that needed improvement, the attention getter, was lacking. The relating to the topic was kind of hard to follow. Developing the credibility, he wasn't understanding even himself what he was saying, and there was no central idea said. Um, Through the previews that he had no real transition. He just kind of bounced from one thing to the next thing. When we're talking about the body, he was kind of jumbling a little bit back and forth about nothing. Um, the main points that he had were very short and very unorganized. Um, and the sources that he had, he didn't really have that many sources to back up what he was saying. There's no evidence behind what he was putting down. For the conclusion, he clearly didn't have one prepared because it was an abrupt ending of the speech. Um, for the delivery, he was constantly stopping a lot and clearly didn't practice with the speech. Um, the the flow was very choppy. Um, and he did use visual aids, but they were very distracting because they were only used when, they were pretty much on the entire time. So, um, and when he was talking about a part of the body that wasn't relating to the visual aid, it was more distracting than anything else. However, in the next speech that he made, the final version was way better. The flow was perfect. There was fluidity with it. The attention getter, he asked a question, and it definitely caught my attention. Um, he had evidence for everything. When he was talking about the history, when he was talking about the science behind it, he had research behind it, and he had a central idea for it of what he wants to tell us what it should be, or what it's going to be about. And he had a preview with pretty much most of the bodies and the introduction, because now it was the again, back to the flow. It was nice to just kind of ease into the bodies. The conclusion was also great. He had again evidence from the beginning all the way to the end, and his visual aids he used only when he was talking about those specific topics. So it was not distracting, and it was way better. Overall, his speech was phenomenal for the final version, and I'm glad the needs for improvement got the improvement that it deserved. But yes, that's what I feel.